Yeah.
We can do it both sides.
Right. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we will learn verse 15 of chapter 15 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Wow. So we have come through nearly almost three-fourths of this chapter.
Mm.
That's nice. Very
Mm.
good. Okay. So in the previous verse, very, very beautiful verse, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritah Prana Apana Samayuktah Pachami Annam Chaturvidham. This was the previous verse, number 14. The Lord described how he, his influence, his energy, how he becomes the fire of digestion in the bodies of all the living entities, how energy combines with the air of life, more specifically the prana vayu and the apana vayu, going in and out of our bodies, and how his energy combines with the prana vayu and the apana vayu to digest the 4 kinds of foodstuffs that all living entities eat. In this verse, in verse 15, the Lord says that he is situated in everyone's heart, and it is from him that living entities get or obtain the tendencies of remembrance, that is memory, knowledge. It is because of his power and his energy that living entities are able to take in, absorb, retain, and give out knowledge to other living entities. And it is he who is also responsible for forgetfulness. So all these tendencies of remembrance, retaining power, memory, gaining knowledge, sharing knowledge or distributing knowledge, forgetting things, or every little atom of our being, or every single tendency that we have comes from him, and he is situated in all of our hearts, and not just we human beings. Every living entity, whether it's a worm or an insect or a bird or an animal or a tree or a river, not even a leaf can move without his consent or his will. And specifically in this verse, he also says that I am, that is he, the Lord, because it is the Lord speaking these verses. So wherever the Lord says aham or mam, he is referring to himself, because he is the speaker of these verses. So the Lord says, I am the essence of the Vedas. I am also the knower of the Vedas, and by the study of the Vedas, I can be understood or I can be known, and I'm also the compiler of the Vedas. Indeed, Bhagavan Veda Vyasa is a part or a partial incarnation, Prabhuji, if I may say so, of the Lord.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So there are his name was I don't know why he's called Vyasa. There's a reason why he's called Vyasa. I need to go back and check.
Hare Krishna, Shruti.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, he is a literary incarnation of the Lord, and his name is Vaishampayana Krishna. Yes.
Krishna Vaishampayana Veda Vyasa.
Yes, because he was born on an island. That's
yes,
why.
he was born on an island.
Yes.
So he was born of Maharshi Parashara and a fisherwoman,
Satyavati. And he was dark. That's why his name was Krishna also.
Krishna. Yes, Krishna Dvaipayana. In fact, his appearance day is coming up very soon.
Yes.
Guru Purnima.
Guru Purnima. That's right.
His appearance day is coming up very soon.
25th of July, I think.
25th, is it, Prabhuji, the day?
Sunday. It's a Sunday 25th, I think. Something like that.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, yes. So here the Lord says, I am the compiler of the Vedanta. I am the knower of the Vedas. By the Vedas, I am to be known or understood. So let's look at the words in particular. Sarvasya Chaham. The tune and the meter is a bit different in this word. Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto. Sarvasya meaning all living beings or all living entities. The next word, Chaham, is a compound made up of Cha and Aham. So Cha is just does the work of joining. So it means and in English, the word and. Aham meaning I, that is the Lord is indicating himself. Hridi, Hridi Sannivishta. Hridi meaning in the heart, and Sannivishta means to be situated. So that those four words, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto, those four words essentially mean I am situated in the hearts of all the living beings or all living entities. Next line, Matta Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. So Matta meaning coming from me or originating from me, that is originating from the Lord. Smriti meaning remembrance, or the power of by which living entities are able to remember. Jnanam meaning knowledge. Apohanam meaning forgetfulness. Cha meaning again and. So remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness also come from me or also originate from me. This is what the next line means. After that, Vedaishcha sarvaihi aham eva vedyo. So Vedaishcha sarvai aham eva vedyo, meaning certainly or definitely, meaning the word eva indicates that. So certainly or definitely or for sure, aham eva vedyo, I am knowable or I am understandable. Vedaishcha sarvaihi, meaning by all the Vedas. So Vedaihi meaning by the Vedas or by studying the Vedas. Aham eva vedyo, I am to be understood. So so the word, there are so many words related to that one single word Veda. So Veda, judging by the meanings of the other word, that very word in this verse, for example, is the word Vedya, meaning knowable. So if Vedya means knowable, or to be knowable or to be understandable, then in a sense, the word Veda itself must mean knowledge. Literal, that must be one of its meanings. And so that line, the third line, essentially means Vedaishcha sarvai aham eva vedyo. By studying the Vedas, I am to be known or I am to be understood. And the last line, Vedanta krit vedavid eva chaham. It might seem like a tongue twister, but trust me, it's fairly simple once we get to know the breakup of the words. So Vedanta krit, meaning the compiler of the Vedanta. I am the compiler of the Vedanta, the Lord says. Vedavid means to know the Vedas or to fully understand the Vedas. So the Lord says, I am also the knower of the Vedas. So eva chaham, eva cha aham. So cha plus aham becomes chaham. So I am certainly also the knower of the Vedas, as also the compiler of the Vedanta. So let's try and yes. So if you in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says he mentions Bhagwan Vedavyasa. He is the compiler of the Vedanta Sutra, and that's quite long. The purport.
Yes, it is.
I'm trying to see if there's something additional that we can understand by reading that. Srila Prabhupada says, if one is serious about understanding Vedic knowledge, then Krishna gives the required intelligence.
Yes, from within. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Very, very good point.
Yeah.
Very good
Now
point.
I'm just trying to look if there are sentences or words that stand out to me. The purpose of the Vedas is to understand Krishna.
Vedas gives the right direction to people so they can properly mold their lives, come back to Godhead. Mhm.
In all Vedic literature, beginning from the four Vedas, the Vedanta Sutra, the Upanishads, and the Puranas, the glories of the Supreme Lord are celebrated. By performance of Vedic rituals, discussion of Vedic philosophy, and worship of the Lord in devotional service, he is attained. Therefore, the purpose of the Vedas is to understand Krishna.
Excellent.
Yes, Prabhuji, you just mentioned the Vedas give us the right direction. So that's what Srila Prabhupada says in the next line. The Vedas give us direction by which to understand Krishna and the process of realizing him. Lovely. So let's try getting familiar with the words first. Once we know how to say them, reciting them or singing them will be very easy. Okay, so let's begin. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sarvasya chaham.
Sarvasya chaham.
Sarvasya chaham.
Sarvasya chaham.
Hridi.
Hridi.
Sannivishto.
Sannivishtu.
Hridi Sannivishto.
Hridi Sannivishtu.
Sarvasya chaham.
Sarvasya chaham.
Hridi Sannivishto.
Hridi Sannivishtu.
Sarvasya chaham.
Sarvasya chaham.
Hridi Sannivishto.
Hridi Sannivishtu.
Matta.
Mattah.
Smritir.
Smritir.
Jnanam.
Jnanam.
Apohanam cha.
Aponaham cha.
Apohanam cha.
Apohanam cha.
Matta smritir.
Matta smritir.
Jnanam.
Jnanam.
Apohanam cha.
Aponaham cha.
Apohanam cha.
Apohanam cha.
Matta smritir.
Matta smritir.
Jnanam.
Jnanam.
Apohanam cha.
Apohanam cha.
Sarvasya chaham.
Sarvasya chaham.
Hridi Sannivishto.
Hridi Sannivishtu.
Matta Smriti
Mata
Mata Smriti
Jnanam
Jnanam
Apohanam Cha
Aponaham Cha
Vedaishcha
Vedaisya
Sarvair
Sarvair
Aham Eva Vedyo
Aham Eva Vedyo
Vedaishcha Sarvair
Vedaisya Sarvair
Aham Eva Vedyo
Aham Eva Vedyo
Vedaishcha Sarvair
Vedaisya Sarvair
Aham Eva Vedyo
Aham Eva Vedyo
Vedantakrid
Vedantakrid
Vedavid
Vedavid
Eva Chaham
Eva Chaham
Vedantakrid
Vedantakrid
Vedavid
Vedavid
Eva Chaham
Eva Chaham
Vedantakrid
Vedantakrid
Vedavid
Vedavid
Eva Chaham
Eva Chaham
Sarvasya Chaham
Sarvasya Chaham
Hridi Sannivishto
Hindi Sannivishto
Matta Smriti
Mata Smritir
Jnanam Jnanam Apohanam Cha
Apohanam Cha
Vedaishcha Sarvair
Vedaisya Sarvair
Aham Eva Vedyo
Aham Eva Vedyo
Vedantakrid
Vedantakrid
Vedavid
Vedavid
Eva Chaham.
Eva Chaham.
Okay, before we start properly reciting or singing, would the devotees like to maybe just practice just saying the words out aloud?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivisto Mata Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha Vedaischa Sarvair Aham Eva Vedyo Vedanta Krid Vedavid Eva Chaham.
Beautiful, Prabhuji, wonderful. Thank you.
Shall I try,
Thank you.
Shruti?
Of course, Mataji, of course. Yes, please.
Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishto Mata Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha Vedascha Sarvair Aham Eva Vedyo
Vedyo.
Vedantakrid Vedavid Eva Chaham.
Beautiful. Very nice, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Shruti.
Thank you very much. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, please.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत स्मृतिर् ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैर् अहम् एव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृत् वेदवित् एव चाहम्.
Wonderful. Very nice. Prabhuji, have you joined us for the first time today?
Yeah, sure, for the first time.
Very nice. Thank you. Welcome. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, very, very good, Sunamaji.
Very nice. Very nice.
Can I try?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sarvasya chahum hridhi sannivishta matto smriti Jnanam apohanam cha vedasya sarvai aham eva viddo vedantokrit vedovid eva chaham.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृत्सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानम् अपहनं च वेदस्य सर्वे अहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविद् एव चाहम्.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
5, 6.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Can I have a go, Shruti ji?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Sarvasya chaham hriday sannavisto matha smriti gnanam apunaham cha vedasya cha sarvahari aham eva vedayo vedanta krat veda vida aham evam chaham.
Eva Chaham. Could you
Eva
would you like to
chaham.
try it again?
Which one? Last one?
The
Oh.
verse, the entire verse.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदये सन्निविष्टः मत
Sannivishto.
सन्निविष्टो मतं स्मृति ज्ञानम् अपनं च वेदे
Apohan. Apohan.
अपोहन च
Apohanam.
अपोहनं च
Hmm.
विद्य च सर्वः अहम् एव वेदयो वेदान्
Vedaishcha sarvai
वेदैश्च सर्वैः
aham
अहम्
eva
एव
vedi
वेदयो वेदान्त कृत वेद विधि एवं चहम्.
It's not evam, it's eva chaham. Vedantakrid.
वेदान्तकृत वेद विद एव चहम्.
Vedavid eva chaham.
वेदवित् अहं चाहम्.
Eva chaham.
एव चाहम्.
Vedantakrid.
वेदान्तकृत वेद विद एवं चहम्.
Eva. No, it's just eva, Mataji. There's no evam there.
एव
Vedavid.
चहम्.
Vedantakrid. Vedavid eva chaham.
वेदान्तकृत वेद विदे चाहम्.
Vedavid.
वेदविद चाहम्.
Eva chaham.
वेदविद एवं चाहम्.
Yes.
Okay, I
Vedantakrid.
have to practice. Yeah.
No
Sorry.
problem at all. No problem at all. Everything comes only with practice. None of us are experts.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Right. Anyone who's not had a chance yet, Surendra Prabhu or Indulekha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Can I try?
Hare Bol, Prabhuji. Yes, please.
Yes. Sarvasya chaham ridi sanivisto matah smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedesya sarvair aham eva vedyo vedanta vedavid eva chaham. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol.
Beautiful. Very nice, Prabhuji. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thank you. Sarvasya chaham riddhi sanivisto mata smritir yanam apohanam cha vedescha sarvai aham eva vedyo vedantakrit vedavid eva chaham.
Lovely. Wonderful. Wow. Everyone is on a roll today. Very good.
Except me.
No, not at all. You did very well too. No, there's no reason to feel or say anything like that. It'll all come. Krishna is there. It'll all come to us.
Yes.
Lovely. So I think each one of us has had one go, right, at saying the words.
Yes, Shruti.
Yeah, I think everybody's done.
Lovely. Very good. So let's try reciting the verse now. Singing the verse. Sarvasya chaham
Sarvasya chaham
Hridi sannivishto
Hridi sannivishto
Sarvasya chaham Hridi sannivishto
Sarvyasya chaham Hridi
Vishnu
sannivishto
Matta smritir
Matta
Smriti
smritir
Jnanam
Jnanam
Apohanam cha
Apohanam cha
Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha
Matta
Mata
smriti
smriti
jnanam
jnanam apohanam
apohanam cha
Vedaishcha sarvai
Vedaishcha sarvai
aham eva vedyo
Aham
aham
eva vedyo
Vedaishcha sarvai aham eva vedyo
Vedaishcha sarvai eva vedyo
Vedanta krid
Vedanta
Vedavid eva chaham
Veda eva chaham
Vedanta krid Vedavid eva chaham
Vedanta krita Veda vidhi eva chaham
Sarvai Sarvasya chaham Hridi sannivishto
Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto
Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha
Mata samriti jnanam apohanam cha
Vedaishcha sarvair aham eva vedyo
Vedahischa sarvai aham eva vedyo
Vedanta krid Vedavid eva chaham
Vedanta krita Veda vidhi eva chaham
Sarvasya chaham Hridi sannivishto
Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto
Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha
Mata
Mata
samriti jnanam apohanam cha
Vedaishcha sarvair ahameva vedyo
Vedesha
Vedaischa sarvai aham eva vedyo
Vedanta krid Vedavid eva chaham
Vedanta
Vedanta
krita Veda vidhi eva
Devacha
chaham
Sarvasya chaham Hridi sannivishto
Sarvasya
Sarvasya
chaham
chaham
hridhi sannivishto
hridisanivisto
Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha
Mata
Mata
samriti
smriti
jnanam
jnanam
apohanam cha
apohanam
वेदैश्च सर्वैर् अहमेव वेद्यो
वेदैश्च
सर्वैरहमेव
सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो
वेदान्तकृद्वेदविद् एव चाहम्
वेदान्तकृद्वेदेव चाहम्
Ahum.
Very nice. Okay.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो माता स्मृतिर्ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहम् एव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेद विद एव चाहम्.
Very good.
Wonderful. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very
Hare
good.
Krishna.
I'll try, Shruti.
Yes, of course. Yes, Mataji. Yes.
सर्वेस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मतः स्मृति ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदश्च सर्वैरहम् एव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेद विद एव चाहम्.
Good.
Lovely. Very nice,
Haribol.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Okay,
you,
can I try?
Prabhuji. Thank you, Shruti ji.
Yes, Indulekha
Okay.
Mataji. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
सर्वैश्च चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्ट मतः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वै अहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम्.
Very nice, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
May I try, Haribol?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, please.
It might not go so smooth, but I would
Oh,
like to try.
no, the tune doesn't matter. What matters is that you get the words as right as you can. That's all that.
सर्वैश्च चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मतस्मृतिर्ज्ञानम् अपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहम् एव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृतवेदविद एव चाहम्.
Brilliant.
Brilliant. What were you saying just a while ago? This is lovely. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Very nice. Okay. Who would like to-
Hare Krishna, Matate. Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Can I try?
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो माता स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम्. हरे कृष्णा माताजी.
Hare Krishna. Beautiful. Very nice.
Can I have a go, Shruti ji? I'll try.
Yes, yes, Mataji. Yes, of course.
Hare Krishna. Sarvaisya chaham hridaye sanvisto matam smriti gnana apanam evacha vedai cha sarvar ahanam eva vedyo vedanta krita vedavid chaham.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
Better, much better. Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I try, Shruti?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Yes, of course. Hare Krishna.
Sarvasya chahom hridhi sannivishto matto smriti jnanam apaharam cha vedascha sarvai ahomeva vedto vedanta krit vedovido evo chaham.
Very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat, Nitai Gaura Haribol. Can I try?
Yes, Prabhuji, yes, of course.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो माता स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम् निताय गौर हरि बोल.
Wonderful, well, wonderful. Very nice. Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Haribol
Who?
Mataji, I will try.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, of course. Please, please.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानम् अपहानं च वेदैश्च सर्वे अहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृतवेदविद एव चाहम्.
Beautiful. Very nice. Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, has each of us had a chance? I think we have.
Yes, I
Have
think
we?
everybody's had a shot.
Lovely. Very good. Very good.
Um,
Okay, that's good. We still have 15 minutes, but starting a new verse at this point.
No. Too
we would
too much.
we do that and we wouldn't be able to complete it. So we
Yeah.
don't want to do things halfway.
And why don't if anybody wants to practice, fair enough. Otherwise, we could read this translation in purport because it's such a nice one, as they
Yeah.
all are.
Of course, yes, yes. That's a good idea, Prabhuji. That's very good.
So, would you like to read?
I don't mind.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of the Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. The Supreme Lord is situated as Paramatma in everyone's heart, and it is from him that all activities are initiated. The living entity forgets everything of his past life, but he has to act according to the direction of the Supreme Lord, who is witness to all his work. Therefore, he begins his work according to his past deeds. Required knowledge is supplied to him, and remembrance is given to him, and he forgets also about his past life. Thus, the Lord is not only all pervading, he is also localized in every individual heart. He awards the different fruitive results. He is worshipable not only as the impersonal Brahman, the supreme personality of Godhead, and the localized Paramatma, but as a form of the incarnation of the Vedas as well. The Vedas give the right direction to people so that they can properly mold their lives and come back to Godhead, back to home. The Vedas offer knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and Krishna, in his incarnation as Vyasadeva, is the compiler of the Vedanta Sutra. The commentation on the Vedanta Sutra by Vyasadeva in the Srimad Bhagavatam gives the real understanding of Vedanta Sutra. The Supreme Lord is so full that for the deliverance of the conditioned soul, he is the supplier and digester of foodstuff, the witness of his activity, and the giver of knowledge in the form of the Vedas, and as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, the teacher of the Bhagavad Gita. He is worshipable by the conditioned soul. Thus, God is all good. God is all merciful. Anta pravishtah shasta jananam. The living entity forgets as soon as he quits his present body. But he begins his work again, initiated by the Supreme Lord. Although he forgets, the Lord gives him the intelligence to renew his work where he ended his last life. So not only does a living entity enjoy or suffer in this world according to the dictation from the Supreme Lord, situated locally in the heart, but he receives the opportunity to understand the Vedas from him. If one is serious about understanding the Vedic knowledge, then Krishna gives the required intelligence. Why does he present the Vedic knowledge for understanding? Because a living entity individually needs to understand Krishna. Vedic literature confirms this. Yo asau sarvair vedair giyate. In all Vedic literature, beginning from the four Vedas, Vedanta Sutra, and the Upanishads and Puranas, the glories of the Supreme Lord are celebrated by performance of Vedic rituals, discussion of the Vedic philosophy, and worship of the Lord in devotional service. He is attained. Therefore, the purpose of the Vedas is to understand Krishna. The Vedas give us direction by which to understand Krishna and the process of realizing him. The ultimate goal is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vedanta Sutra, I think this is Canto 1, Chapter 1, Verse 4,
Yeah.
confirms this in the following words. Tat tu samanvayat. One can attain perfection in 3 stages. By understanding Vedic literature, one can understand his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By performing the different processes, one can approach him. And at the end, one can attain the Supreme Good, who is no other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this verse, the purpose of the Vedas, the understanding of the Vedas, and the goal of the Vedas are clearly defined. Hare Krishna.
Excellent. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So we can stop there, unless anybody has any questions or anything. Otherwise, a very, very nice verse to remember, especially because Krishna talks about where remembrance, forgetfulness, and knowledge comes from. Even forgetfulness is inspired by the Lord.
Indeed.
Haribol.
Hare
Haribol.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
How much time we is left?
We have about 7 minutes.
May I ask something about?
Yes, of course. Of course you can.
But it doesn't have to be very elaboratory. In the first alinea, if you scroll for me,
Sorry, repeat that again.
the first alinea of the purport.
The first part of it. Yes.
The second sentence, the
The
living
living entity
forgets everything of his
Ah.
past life. And then when you go more down, the second one,
Hare
Second paragraph. Yeah, yeah.
no, a second alinea. Yes, here. Please stop. The living entity forgets as soon as he quits his body,
Yes.
but he begins to work again, initiated by the Supreme Lord.
Yes.
This one I can understand, but the first one,
Ah.
that at the time of birth, that the living entity forgets everything of his past life.
Yes.
I have heard, but I'm not sure whether it's true, that when the baby take birth, the forehead is pressed,
Yes.
and that makes that he forgets
Yes.
everything. Is it true?
Yes, that's correct. That he goes through so much trauma at the time of birth that he forgets his past life. Because not just his past life, in the womb, he can remember his past life. And he's praying to the Lord, my dear Lord, I promise you when I come out, because it's so horrible here, I promise you, I will give my life to you. Because, in the womb, it's very compressed, very difficult to sustain. The mother can be eating chilies, all sorts of things, which give a lot of problems to the fetus, to the child. So that time, together with that pain, he also remembers his previous lives, some of them. And he's praying to the Lord, when I come out, I promise you, I'm going to give myself to you. But of course, when the baby is so traumatic, when the baby comes out, that he forgets everything. And it's actually the benediction of the Lord that we forget our past life in one sense, because if we remembered our past lives, we would be forever engaged in thinking about revenge. If you remember the pastime of Ambika and
Yes.
Amba.
Amba, was it
Amba.
Amba.
And what was the name of the person she took rebirth as?
Shikandi.
Sikandi, yeah.
Sikandi, yes. Other brother of Draupadi, younger brother of Draupadi.
Yes,
Or older brother of Draupadi.
Drishtadyumna, yeah.
Drishtadyumna's brother, yeah. But his whole life was simply the thoughts were about revenge against Bhishma. So it's a blessing that we forget our past lives so that we start afresh. But it's only a blessing if we remember the Supreme Lord. If we don't remember the Supreme Lord in this life, we've wasted such a fantastic opportunity. Because the Lord is so kind. He said, okay, look, yes, you got your karma, but I'm not going to let you worry about all your past problems. You start afresh. Yes, you have your karma. That's going to come. I'm not going to stop that, because whatever you've done, you're responsible. But I'm going to save you from remembering your past birth so you can start afresh in many ways. And he asks us to remember him. And if we can do that, if we can remember him and not worry about all the bad karma, all the reactions we are getting, because we'll get so many reactions. But if we patiently remember, this is all the kindness of the Lord. Even these bad reactions are simply a gift from the Lord. I accept them and I thank you, my Lord. And patiently wait for his mercy. Then the door of the spiritual world is going to be wide open for us. Guaranteed. Is that okay, Sunuji?
Thank you. I want to add something I just heard this week. I'll just take a couple of minutes.
Yes, go ahead.
It's a katha of Gajendra and the crocodile.
Oh, wow, yes.
Yeah, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, one speaker, one devotee, he was telling in the class, it was on Mayapur TV, I think, that when Gajendra got this problem and he couldn't survive, and then he doesn't blame the crocodile. He doesn't blame the crocodile. He blames, it's my past karma. It's my past deeds that I am now in this situation. I had to go through this. So then he called for, then in his mind came Vishnu. So what the point is that he doesn't blame the crocodile. He blamed that it's his past karma, and that's why he has to undergo this situation.
And that's right. And actually, we went through the pastime of Gajendra, and we have an expert here on the pastime of Gajendra, and that's Indulekha. She's from Canada, and she knows a lot about Gajendra. But the other thing about this pastime is not just we don't blame, but we thank the Lord. You're going one step beyond. You see, when something bad happens to us, not blaming is good. But when we thank the Lord, thank you, my Lord, for this reaction that I'm receiving, because it's helping me understand I'm not this body, immediately the difficulty of that reaction is gone. because we are laying it down to the Lord, saying, my dear Lord, I do thank you. I'm not feeling bitter and I'm not blaming anyone, but beyond that, I'm thanking you because I deserve this. I deserve more, even worse karma, but you have reduced the karma. But you've also taught me this material world is not for me. So we go beyond that. We go beyond not blaming. We thank the Lord. Thank you, my Lord. Does that make sense, Vinodji?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice addition. And thank you all for the class.
No, thank you for joining. It's amazing. Join us every day. Huh? Tomorrow, 3:30 again.
Tomorrow will be a bit difficult because
Sure.
I will be following Hindi class.
Okay, yeah. Whenever you're free.
Yeah, whenever it's possible, I will join. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Anybody else? Anything you'd like to add?
Yes, Prabhuji, I want to ask you something.
Sure.
Prabhuji, on Gyara's day, when I picked up some flowers to offer it to Krishna, and then, when I was washing them, there were few ants in them, and they went in the sink. So I don't know. I prayed for them.
Yeah. From the garden, it's always a little hard. We, because of that, actually, we buy the flowers from the supermarket now. I know it's not good to do that as well, but at least those flowers have no insects in them. So we're not, disturbing any living entities' lives. But, in the garden, it's so nice to offer the flowers from the garden, but the difficulty is that, if there's, as you said, an ant or a worm, and something happens to that, of course, it's sort of in the service of the Lord, but still we don't feel good. And that's one of the reasons why I stopped using these flowers from gardens and I buy them from the supermarket. That's not a good thing either, actually, but what to do? We don't want to kill.
Especially I grew rose flowers, in the pot for Krishna only. And I picked them and without realizing when I'm washing, few ants went into the sink.
I think what you can do is there are various organic sprays that you can use to help with the growing of the flowers so that the ants and they don't disturb them. So try to find that online, and buy those.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah. But I know exactly what you mean. Yes, Indulekamaji.
So that means I have done bit sin, no, Prabhuji,
No,
on Gyara's day.
this is unintentional.
Unknowingly.
This is not intentional sin. So don't worry, Mataji.
Also, you know what you can do? You can pick them like the day before. So the whatever pest is on the flowers, they will go because they live in the garden. You pick and you put in water, you keep in, and then you shake them outside nicely, and then you can keep. That can help. Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
I have a question too, Navi Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Yes. So you got the lessons, right?
I did, yes. Very good. Thank you.
So when I'm going to
are you able to join at 3:30 our UK time?
No, you know what? If you give me Saturday morning, that will be
Saturday?
good for me.
Not this Saturday, the following Saturday you can definitely do. Yes.
Okay.
This Saturday is Gundicha Marjana. So we will be in Jagannath Puri.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Thank you. Yes, that's a good idea.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you so much. Fantastic.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Shruti ji. Hare Krishna.